4 tips for managing your daily Kanban meeting. Welcome to the Xuviate Business Agility Daily, where we help leaders reimagine how work gets done. The daily team Kanban meeting is usually the first feedback loop that you will implement when going on a Kanban journey. These meetings are quite flexible, and like anything in Kanban, you need to evolve them to make them fit for you. But there are some guidelines to help you make them a lot more valuable, and I'd like to share a few with you. So as I said, I today want to give you 4 tips for managing your daily Kanban meeting. Let's face it, it's a bit more because each tip has got a few sub-tips. The first one is about timing. You need to start on time to stay within the 15 minutes. There are a few other things that you can do. You can, if you do a physical meeting, like in this picture, make it a stand-up meeting. Physically standing up will make it faster. Yes, if you've got a distributed team and an electronic board, you might want to do it online, but still, stay within. The next one is that everybody needs to come prepared. And what that means is that they have updated their cards, they have updated the board. It doesn't help if we don't have that at the beginning. And the last thing is a good tip is no electronic devices to get any distraction. Obviously, if you're online, you are already on an electronic device, but then it is very much onto the facilitator to make sure that nobody drifts off. The second thing is focusing on the work and not on the people. This is actually the biggest difference between a Scrum meeting and a Kanban meeting. In a Scrum meeting, you start with saying, what did you do yesterday? What are you going to do today? And do you have any blockers? And if you are still at the real beginning of a Kanban meeting and you still have personal Kanban boards or consolidated personal Kanban boards, that may actually be great questions to ask. But very soon, when you're starting to get into a team board, you should really not go with these questions, but start walking the board, which means you're starting from right to left, from top to bottom, and the person on the right topmost starts with a status update and says what they will do to move the task or the card further. And the biggest thing here is the concept of stop starting, start finishing. So we should really say, what can we as a team do to get that card further to the right? And the same thing we are going to do with our definition of done. We need to also be clear. What does it mean to be done? Because when we started, we might have made a definition, but we might not be very clear. And things are often hanging at 80% or so because we weren't that clear to say what it means to be done. If you find any problems around it, take them offline. This is not the meeting to solve the problems. This is meetings to recognize there's a problem and then to take those people that are really about whom the problem is, who can help, to take them afterwards into a meeting and to sort it out. And the last one is to do regular reviews to make these meetings more valuable. If in a meeting something comes up, this doesn't work, this works great, make a note. And then at least at the beginning, at least weekly, later on, probably 2 weekly or so, do a review and look at it and see how you can make this meeting more valuable for your team. So to summarize today's video, whilst Kanban meetings are very flexible, there are some guidelines to make them valuable from the word go. The 4 I introduced today are: number 1, manage your timing. Number 2, focus on the work and not on the people. Number 3, take discovered problems offline. And number 4, do regular reviews to continuously improve the value of the meeting.